going? Hello, it's Tuesday, January 12th. Sorry. You know, I've said before I just love this webcam on my laptop. Oh, now we're moving. Okay, so I think we're on. Been about a month since I updated, so it's pretty quick for me, actually. Let's see. Where do we start? I had a plan. First and foremost, hello, thank you, and welcome to all of my new subscribers. I appreciate all your wonderful comments and your emails. And if I haven't responded to you, it's not that I haven't read your message or anything. It's that I truly suck at responding to you. So I'm sorry for that, but yes, there it is. Let's see. Let's get started. So my daughter Tiffany is 2 weeks from having my grandbaby. January 26th is her due date, and everything is going beautifully. She's doing ultrasound every week because baby's a little bit small, but doctors told us that they're not concerned that there's anything wrong with baby, but they want to watch her because she is going to be small. They did tell us that the baby's probably going to be the perfect size for Tiffany and Damien. They're little tiny people, so kind of stands to reason that the baby would be small. But everything's going really good, and baby's very active and has a good strong heartbeat, and developmentally everything has gone perfect. So and doctors are telling Tiffany that everything's perfect with her as well. You know, her pregnancy's been very, very classic textbook. Her body's doing everything that it's supposed to do to get ready to go into labor and have the baby. So the two doctors that she's seen in the last a few weeks both have told her that they suspect that she'll go right around her due date, right on time, and that everything should go really smoothly if they had to guess. So that's all very good. She's going to quit working on the 15th. She was going to try to work clear up until the baby came, but she's just gotten so big. She's just all baby, and she works as a manager at a fast food restaurant, and that kind of schedule and that kind of job just is not conducive to 8.5 months pregnant. The back pain and the leg pain from being on her feet and running all day, she just can't do it, and her body's telling her it's time to rest. And so thankfully she's taking heed, and she's going to go ahead and take the last week or couple weeks or whenever, however long it takes for McKay to get here. She's going to take that time off, and then her plan is to be off for 1 month, and she'll start going back on a maybe a little less than part-time basis and work herself back up to going back full-time. So that's all moving right along, and it's so hard to believe that we're just a couple of weeks away from Makaya being here, and it's all very exciting, and the anticipation just gets heightened the closer we get. You know, there's that part of you that knows that you know, she could go into labor tonight and baby could come tonight and baby would be fine. So, you know, is today the day? But you know, we want her obviously to stay pregnant as long as baby needs to be in there, you know, and we certainly don't negate the benefit of maintaining the pregnancy for another week or two, but it's still, you think about it, and the doctors have said, you know, you can go anytime at this point and baby's going to be okay, so the anticipation gets a little high. But she's not dilated. She's 75% effaced. She has no dilation yet. Baby is down, head down, and she is having some Braxton Hicks contractions. So everything's going just exactly how it should. Some of you will know this because you follow me on Facebook, or we text each other, or we have email conversation. I was at my primary care doctor in October, late October, and had a Depo-Provera shot. And I went ahead and got pregnant anyway. I am currently 8 weeks pregnant, and that was a little bit shocking, yeah. I'm over the shock of it now. I didn't understand. It was the weirdest sensation to be told that you're pregnant when no part of you is even thinking that because you've had this shot. So that was a real surreal few days. I felt stupid. I just felt like I don't understand. Everybody's talking Japanese. I don't understand what you're saying. So once I kind of, you know, the shock of it all kind of wore off, I've been okay. I am prone to miscarriage, which is why I didn't make an announcement weeks ago when I found out. typically the miscarriages that I have been through happen between the 5th and the 8th week. And I'm at my 8 weeks on Thursday. And the other significant difference is the one viable pregnancy that I've had, which was Tiffany, versus the several miscarriages that I've had. When I've been pregnant with a pregnancy that was going to result in miscarriage, I don't typically exhibit early pregnancy signs. I don't have any morning sickness. My boobs aren't sore. There isn't really anything going on other than I've had a positive pregnancy test. With Tiffany, when I was pregnant with her, I was immediately sick. I didn't feel good. I knew something was wrong, and, of course, that pregnancy was viable and went full term, and she was perfectly healthy, and everything was perfectly wonderful. With this pregnancy, I'm having that same experience. I am sick as fuck. I wake up sicker, more nauseous than I have ever been in my life, and starving. It is ridiculous. So standing at the stove cooking food that's making me nauseous and my stomach growl at the same time. So usually when I eat, the nausea goes away. I'm not throwing up. I'm not puking. It's just these really crazy, intense bouts and waves of nausea. And it is always, always, always associated and accompanied with hunger. So that has been a really weird thing to get used to. My band I had drained because I actually in 8 days lost like 12 or 15 pounds. I was one of the things that clued me in that something wasn't right. Because I certainly have been through enough periods with the band where, I haven't been able to eat or whatever, I've been tighter than, the day before or whatever. I was not able to eat or drink anything. Nothing was working, and I just did not feel good. And so, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, it was right at Christmas week, and so I went in, right after Christmas and had them drain it completely. Which is fine. Oh, sorry. Pardon me. What I've found is that my stomach has shrunk a lot in the last 2.5 years since I had my surgery. And pardon me, I'm hungry. I don't really have a very big capacity, even with no restriction, which is really nice. Now I understand that can be stretched back out and can be all fucked up, but my habits are definitely not the same. I'm prone to want to, I need to stay on top of that, but I'm doing pretty well. I'm a little nervous about not having restriction for as long as that's going to be, because this is a very emotional time. There's obviously some other things going on that I'm not going to talk about right now. So and obviously it's an emotional time when you're pregnant, period. So there is a little bit of nervousness about having the band out, or drained. But in the same sense, I'm an intelligent person. This is a period of time where I need to be able to eat. I need to be able to gain a few pounds. I'm not scared of that. I'm not worried about that. My biggest concern and fear is that somehow I will fall back into that pit of hell where I was before. And that pit is so deep, there's just no way that I'm going to fall that far in that amount of time. And I just have to be comfortable with that. I just have to believe and know that I have come far enough to keep myself from going back there. But it doesn't stop the mind fuck, And, that's life. It's just how it goes. So that is the news. That's where everything's at. That's what's going on. Everything's fine. Everything's good. It will continue to be that way. I will update more as things progress. My next update will be in a couple of weeks once Micaiah makes her grand entrance. I suspect I will be seeing my blood doctor very soon, because one of the other things I'm experiencing is overwhelming fatigue, beyond exhaustion. And I suspect that most of that has to do with the fact that I would bet that I'm completely tanked out on my iron. I know that I don't produce, provide, store enough to keep myself going without IV therapy. So I am positive I don't have enough to sustain 2 of us. So I'll be having to do some IV therapy through the pregnancy, and I suspect once I get back into that, the exhaustion will lessen, and I'm looking forward to that because I sleep a lot right now. It's just I'm overwhelmingly tired. So, and I'm old for this. You know, I'm 39, and I haven't been pregnant in 20 years with a viable pregnancy. So we'll see how this all goes. There's my news. That's the update for today. As I feel like it, I'll do some other updates. I do have some other things to talk about, but it's a good day today, and some of those are kind of trying that I want to talk about. So I'll wait till I'm in a pissier mood. It'll happen. Okay, you guys, I hope you guys are all experiencing great success, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.